a lot of boxing, a lot of sparring, all the physical straining, running, lifting weights. That's beautiful. But you need to practice on what you have to do, and you have to box. So you should do as much boxing as possible leading up to the bag, right? I see you hitting it when you walk. I want you to do like this. Boom, 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 boom. They keep for boom, 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 boom. How long you can do that? It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. They combination, boom, they punch, boom, boom, boom.
And of course, hard work pays off. So this is where it shows. And yeah, man, I think that's the hardest part though, is taking it all in. I think that's the hardest part, taking it all in. Cause I want more. I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied yet. I need more.
What else more you want? What is more boxing can give you?
I need to put my foot in their neck, Mike.
Oh, you want to hurt people?
I want to hurt them.
That's a good one.
You know what? You know what I love about you, Mike? Is that right there. You always wanted your foot on their neck. Yeah. And I love that because it's the best feeling, man.
That's what the believe it or not, that's what the people want.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that moment when boxing feels less like a sport and more like a chess match, where every move matters, not just inside the ring, but in the story being built around it? That's the exact vibe right now that a viral clip has been making the rounds, and it shows something interesting. Mike Tyson stepping into Teofimo Lopez's training camp, working through drills, and even sharing a glimpse of those classic peekaboo fundamentals that made him legendary. Once you watch the footage, it's obvious. Iron Mike is in his element, sharpening reflexes, running slip and counter drills, and carrying that unmistakable presence of someone who's reached the very peak of the sport. This isn't a quick cameo or a publicity moment. The clips have been shared again and again across social media, and they send a clear message. Tyson is passing on real experience, directly contributing to Lopez's preparation in a meaningful way. Now, let's rewind and look at the other side of the story. After those training sessions, things took an unexpected turn. Tyson, never known for sugarcoating his opinions, shifted the conversation toward Shakur Stevenson. What followed sounded like praise layered with a warning. On one side, Tyson acknowledged Stevenson's smooth technique and high ring intelligence. On the other, he was brutally honest about what it takes to stand your ground against a fighter like Teofimo at this level. That mix, respect paired with a reality check, is what made his words hit so hard across social media. It wasn't just noise, it felt like a wake-up call. If you're Stevenson, hearing Mike Tyson say you're skilled, but don't get comfortable is the kind of public pressure that forces you to lock in fast.
Do you recognize this energy?
Energy is beautiful, but we need something to match it. We need some.
Can't nobody match this energy, Mike. Come on.
I know, but you're looking at it, and this used to be a space that you lived in.
There's no doubt about it. That's why I'm getting excited with the other opponent.
Mike's just an instigator at this point. He just wants to instigate it. I love it.
Yeah, but you know, I think the biggest thing about it though is that guys like yourself, legends, I call it, is you guys paved the way. And I appreciate the sport so much, but there was one thing that you had once said, it's like, the way I love the sport, it could hurt you though, because it could break your heart many times.
Oh, many times.
And that's what it's been doing.
Man.
You know, I love it, I love the sport, but my biggest thing now, my goal is not about, yes, the financial funds and all that, absolutely. Get paid, we risk our lives. But the whole thing is about making the fights.
Let's be honest, what does it really signal when Mike Tyson, the man who redefined power and intimidation in the ring, takes time to work with a young fighter like Teofimo Lopez? First, it shifts the narrative completely. This isn't just about grinding through workouts anymore. It shows Lopez tapping into old-school knowledge that's been proven under fire at the highest level. Second, it introduces uncertainty for anyone watching. Tyson's peekaboo style is built on tight defense, explosive counters, and ruthless timing. That combination is a nightmare for fighters who depend on single-shot power and sudden pressure bursts. Bottom line, Lopez doesn't walk away from those sessions as the same fighter who walked in. So, where does Stevenson fit into all of this? For fans who love the storyline as much as the fight itself, it creates a fascinating triangle. Stevenson, the slick defensive technician; Lopez, the confident and explosive aggressor; and Tyson, the wild card mentor quietly sharpening Lopez's toolkit behind the scenes. Tyson's remarks, balance between praise and caution, serve two purposes. They acknowledge Stevenson's high-level skill, while also suggesting that Lopez may enter this fight with a different approach than many expect. That kind of psychological nudge matters. In major matchups, momentum often begins long before the opening bell, shaped by what each fighter believes about the other when the lights come on.
The further you pull your hand back, the harder you punch, but it's not. Punching comes with relaxation, real good pinpoint accuracy punching. You can hit a guy with a pop and boom.
Let's get into the specifics, the real nuts and bolts of how Tyson's influence could impact this matchup. Shakur's biggest strengths are his control of distance, subtle head movement, and a near-surgical ability to turn defense into offense. Inside the ring, he operates like a watchmaker, making constant micro-adjustments, manipulating timing, and exploiting the smallest pockets of open space.
Yes, sir. Last three.
Lopez, by contrast, fights like a wrecking ball with a blueprint. Explosive, confident, and capable of flipping around with one perfectly timed sequence. Tyson's peekaboo philosophy isn't about looking smooth or stylish. It's about making chaos efficient. A tight, compact guard, purposeful bobbing, precise counter timing that turns defense into instant punishment. That if Lopez absorbs even a fraction of that approach, he gains the ability to close distance while cutting down risk. And that's a serious problem for any fighter who wants to keep the bout clean and controlled.
He knows the in and out about fighting, and it's just that we had to transfer that because he's using his legs and elbows and everything and grabbing. So we kind of, I don't know, did a new foundation and made him more elusive. You know what I mean? More elusive. He throws his punches with just bad intentions. And I just believe the consistency.
Now, let's get tactical. Picture Stevenson's ideal game plan. Control the range, snap the jab, cut angles, and frustrate Lopez until impatience creates openings. That strategy depends on Lopez overcommitting and walking into mistakes. But what happens if Lopez shows up with tighter head movement and sharper, more compact counters? Suddenly, Stevenson doesn't get all the space he's used to operating in. Tyson's influence isn't a guarantee. No one's claiming Lopez transforms overnight. But even small improvements could shrink a large portion of Stevenson's comfort zone, forcing him to take risks, open up with heavier counters, or engage in exchanges he'd prefer to avoid. But that's what gives Tyson's comments real weight. They aren't just bravado. They're a reminder that this chess match is still very much in progress.
So you have to have constant attack. You can't go out there toe-to-toe slugging. You gotta cut him off, chase him.
Cut the ring off.
Yeah.
I think he's got good footwork.
And he has good speed, too.
He's got great speed. He's got great power.
Let's step back and look at the human side of this. Tyson issuing a caution about Stevenson isn't just talk, it's also a media masterstroke. Headlines light up. Iron Mike warns the young champ. Fans, analysts, and even the fighters themselves feel the ripple instantly that it's not personal, it's boxing. Veterans engage younger fighters because it builds storylines, sells fights, and pushes the next generation to sharpen mentally. For Stevenson, seeing this play out on social media creates two options. Lean into it, using it to sharpen focus, or react emotionally and let it distract him. True champions tend to choose the first path. They turn that noise into extra reps, more focused sparring, and refined preparation. History shows that the best fighters use doubt as fuel to perfect their craft, not as a setback.
Cool.
Here's where fans and analysts start having fun. Is Tyson's involvement purely technical, or is it part of a larger psychological play? Could the Lopez camp be planting a subtle inferiority complex into Stevenson's feed? Maybe. In boxing, psychology can be just as decisive as punching power. That a viral clip of Tyson leaning over Lopez, sharing technical insights, becomes a piece of theater. Stevenson and his team are forced to respond, whether publicly or behind the scenes. Do they counter with sparring leaks? Do they highlight Stevenson's defensive mastery in interviews? The social media battle becomes another round to win. And yes, we've seen new training footage from Stevenson's camp. But make no mistake, none of this diminishes his strengths. His tape shows elite-level movement, impeccable timing, and calm under pressure. He's beaten top-level opponents through skill and strategy with a team that knows exactly how to maximize his strengths. Tyson's comments aren't a prophecy of doom. They're a siren, a reminder not to underestimate the opponent. It's the same as a coach telling a fighter to respect the threat. And champions? They thrive on reminders. They convert them into focus, discipline, and sharper execution. That's exactly what Shakur seems to be doing.
Tom, you got Tom in it. January 31st. Cool gonna beat your. Yeah, put that in there.
Loosen up a little bit. Shadow boxing, get some sparring. Maybe about 8 to 10 rounds. And
everybody talking about Teo gonna win. Y'all all know that he gonna lose, bro. Shakur actually fight accurate people, like not bums. Like he fought Oscar Valdez. Tank pulled out the fight because he's scared. Ryan Garcia's scared. Like, they all scared. Even Devin Haney. Shakur gonna stop him this easy. That's so easy. Y'all already know the question. Shakur on top.
You got it. One foot.
So, what should fans keep an eye on when the fight finally hits? First, watch Lopez. After those Tyson sessions, his defense might be tighter, his entries more compact, and his wild swings minimized. Second, study Stevenson's footwork. Will his signature angles and range control stay intact, or will Lopez's improved tactics force him into tighter spaces? Third, pay attention to the mental game. How do both fighters handle early pressure? The opening exchanges often reveal the story behind the stats, that if Tyson's influence is noticeable early in Lopez's approach, that could become the headline everyone analyzes and rewrites after the fight. The first few exchanges will tell a large part of the story. If Tyson's guidance shows up early in Lopez's approach, that could become the headline everyone rewrites in the press afterward. But here's the reality check. Clips don't win fights. Reputation doesn't win fights. Preparation wins fights. Tyson's presence adds drama and flavor to the narrative, but it doesn't dictate the outcome. What really matters is whether Lopez absorbed the lessons, whether Stevenson's camp adapts, and whether execution on fight night aligns with the plan. That's the true drama of boxing. All the chatter, the hype, the social media speculation, it's just background noise until the bell rings and the fighters tell the story themselves.